Hello everyone, Joanne with StampingInTheValley.com, and welcome to my craft room this weekend. We have completed Christmas cards together. We have done some projects together, tags, bundles, tins, what else have we have done everything in the world together. And this weekend, I thought we would do a stocking stuffer because it's about that time. I'm sure you guys have already mailed out your Christmas cards, or at least are getting them done this weekend. And then bet that a lot of your presents have been bought. Hopefully you've got your tags made. We've went through that. And now it's time to stuff the stocking. So I thought we would start with this little cracker right here. This is what's called a cracker, a Christmas cracker. I made it with DSP, and this little ornament right here, guys, is what is left over when I punch this. This is so fun. Punch this out of the envelope punch board. It is the scrap. I think that is just amazing right here. And then we will put them together. I'll show you how to do that. This little cracker will hold 4 kisses is what I found. It fits in it comfortably. And I got the ones that were the silver, red, and green just for the Christmas little spirit. I've used the layering circle framelits right here to cut out my embellishment. This one's from Santa, and I got that, of course, from our tag set that we did in a previous video from the Sincerely Santa. And this was in with a tin. We made beautiful tags. I learned a lot of technique from this, just putting the kits together. That's something too that you guys can think about. And with the upcoming catalogs, the occasion catalog with the celebration, we'll talk about that in a moment. But if you are lost and you don't know like where to begin or what to do, order a kit. It has everything in it, and the most you might need with like a kit from the catalog, if you don't do paper pumpkin, is a clear block, okay? And you know, this is a great way to start, to learn how to stamp, because I always, you know, you'll always find YouTube videos on things like that. I happen to love a kit because I don't have to think about anything. I just go ahead and do what the kit tells me to do, and my product comes out beautifully. That is why I love Paper Pumpkin, which I hope I'm getting that in the mail today. I don't know. So needless to say, this I got from right here. This one's from Santa, and we made a bunch of tags with this, and I love this to and from. It's nice and bold, and you know, it's big enough to where, you know, it's not teeny tiny, so you could always stamp the back of this with to or from. But if it's going in a stocking, I didn't want to hang it, so I adhered it with adhesive right here, and I just I thought that would be fine. But I did hang the little ornament with the little twine. I love it. I'm using cherry cobbler ink, or I did use cherry cobbler ink to stamp this. We won't stamp today with that. And we start with our piece of DSP here, and it is 4.5 by 6.5. And I'll be back in a moment, bring things in, and I'm gonna get a pen and paper, because I will tell you how to punch and score from your envelope punch board with this to make this a beautiful little cracker. How much fun. Back in a minute. Okay, I've moved in my Stampin' Trimmer. If I was mass producing this, I would use my scoreboard, because I could, you know, flip them in and out really quick. But for the sake of time and space right here, it's really space under the camera, I went with this. So what we're going to do, and this is Dashing Along DSP, and this is cut at 4.5 by 6.5, 4.5 this way, 6.5 this way. We're going to leave the 6.5 inch part on the top. That's how we're going to start, and we're going to start to score. We're going to score at 1, 1.5, 2, 4.5, 5, and 5.5. So let's do that. This is 1, 1.5, 2, 4.5, 5, and 5 1/2. Just like that. Now then, you're going to turn your paper, rotate it to where the 4 1/2 is on the top, and score at 1, 2, 3, and 4. Very simple. One, and then 2, 3, and 4. Beautiful. We're going to move this out of the way and move our punch board in. This is where the envelope punch board's great for a project and not the envelopes. So now what you want to do is fold on your score lines. Just finger fold them. This is nothing that really has to be burnished, burnished down. So fold on all the long score lines, just like I'm doing. You're going to have a thicker end and a thinner end. Turn it and make sure you fold down on, well, what you want to do with these guys is actually do mountain, valley, mountain. Let me do that, because if you don't do this part, it is very difficult to get the cracker to fold together. What, mountain, valley, mountain. All right, now you do this end. Mountain, so you fold it down, then into the valley, fold it back on itself, and then fold it down. So you have this little effect right here. Mountain, valley, mountain, mountain, valley, mountain. Just like that. All right? Now what we're going to do is take this and fold it on the long score lines right here. And we're going to use our envelope punch board, and we're going to punch it at 1 1/2 and 5. So I'm going to line this up at my 1 1/2 right here, which is basically the center score line. And I'm going to punch. Now you're going through 2 thicknesses, so you might have to put a little pressure, more pressure on top of it, and then 5 inches. Fold it down on the next score line, place it back into the punch board at 1 1/2 and 5. And we're going to repeat this going down through here. Fold it, 1 1/2 and 5. And one more time here. This is the little end at 1 1/2 and 5. Now, you've got this type of like a mosaic looking effect right here on this edge, on the thicker edge. You want to flip it. Now you're going to go through one sheet, one thickness, okay, at 1 1/2. That's so much easier. And 5. And we're done with our punch board. You're going to want to use, and then we have all of these pretty little mosaics, and this is what I made the ornament out of. How funny. So what we want to do is we want to get this thing closed. So when you close it like this, just fold it on itself, it will be perfectly lined up. I want to put my tear and tape here on the smaller end. You definitely want to use a permanent adhesive. You know, for the sake of time right here, I thought about using snail, but I'm going to put these in my kids' stockings. So I was like, just let me use the tear and tape. You know, something like Tombow even, that's more of a permanent adhesive than the snail. I like tear and tape. It's quick, it's easy. Just peel these backs off. Okay, so you have this folded up. Just take this and fold it right on it. It is a perfect cut. It's perfect. I promise, because of the envelope punch board. Now you see your cracker coming together. There it is. Really? See how it collapses on itself just like that? If you didn't do that scoring right here, it won't collapse. I promise you. Because this is the second time I'm doing this video, and the first time I forgot to score it, and it got all kinds of twisted up. I was like, oh my gosh, so I just stopped and I started again. So yes, as you can see, this just folds right into itself. Isn't that cute? All right, now, what we're gonna do is where the seam is, I'm gonna use that as the back. And I just have some cherry cobbler twine here. I really think this came from a paper pumpkin project. This is like a great way. I also have this green ribbon. This is from Paper Pumpkin also. I remember this. Or maybe it's from the tag thing. I remember doing a project with it. So this is a great way to use up this type of scrap. Well, that's okay. Well, yeah, I thought about using that. I'll use that again when I'm going to make some more of these. So I want to really kind of start using things up. So you just want to tie this in a knot. You're going to make a bow, so leave yourself enough ribbon or twine. So just tie it, and definitely tie it in a knot. It's not going to, the bulk of it's going to be just fine. But you want it solid so you can put your candies in. If you're doing something like M&Ms, I would use a little cellophane bag and then put it in here. So just tie your bow, and I want it little loops like that, just like that. Oh, just so cute. And I'm just going to take my snips. Finally, I got some brand new snips. Love it. Let's see. This is the very first time I'm using them. Oh, they're sharp as could be. I needed those so bad. Okay, so there. And now I'm just going to put my candy in there, my kisses, and 4 fit wonderfully in here. I just dropped them in just like that. And now we're going to do the closure up here, and we want, again, I'm putting the seam in the back because I want the bow in the front. And this is going to be perfect. I'm going to be able to use this spool up. Good. And so we want to tie a bow here. Just like that. Whenever we launch a new catalog, I like to use up and do the best I can to purge my craft room. I don't have much space, so and I really need some shelves in here. So and maybe if I had the shelves, then I would hoard more, I don't know, of crafting supplies. That's funny. So maybe I don't need shelves. Anyway, I purge. So this is part of it. Just making little projects like that. That bow is too small, I think. Let me just give me more. Okay. We've got plenty there. All right, now that's good. I like that. Tie it in a knot also. And get these loops going here. Yeah, I like that better. So if you have been a customer of mine in the past year or so, I am sending you a free occasions catalog with the free celebration catalog also. And what that is, what our promotion is that, and we're going to just clip that, is if you order $50 in product, you get to, and it doesn't matter if it's from the sale or the occasions catalog or the annual catalog, but you can then pick free items from the celebration catalog, which they are just gorgeous this year. I can't wait to get my orders. Being a demonstrator right now, we're under pre-order, so I'm allowed to order the product a month before you guys. Again, if you want to join my team and get new product, now is the great time to get it. Get a great discount. I'll be more than happy to help you. I appreciate you guys. Anybody that's on my downline team or on my Paper Pumpkin team, they get the free card kits every month. Let me show you those for this month. This usually goes to around the 23rd of the month. So if you order from now till then, these are the 2 free card kits that you get. I just asked for a $25 order in product on my online store at stampinginthevalley.com. Please excuse my website. I had a little glitch and I had to get in touch with some people to help me to fix it. It's fixed now. I'm about 2 weeks behind in my videos on there, and I hope to catch those up this week. So back to this. We're going to bring in our little stamped image there, and I use the circle framelits with that. I'm going to attach a little snail now right up here on the top. Just a little. And I'm going to take my the rest of my twine. It doesn't matter how long it is. I'm going to use the whole thing up. The other one I didn't. I didn't because, you know, I still had twine on it, but it's shorter probably than what this one will be, just because I want to use the twine. So I'm going to just, you know, put it at the top somewhere, let it hang over, something like that. And then this is going to attach right here. Put the snail on the project, because you really don't know how, you know, you want that straight. You want to have the mobility of this to make this straight. Or you might want to, you know, cock it a little bit to the side. That would look cute also. Actually, that is kind of cute, and have Santa going that way. That's what we'll do. So I suggest putting the snail just here in the middle. And then you could do what you want with this element. And I am going to go sideways a little bit with that. Ooh, I like that. Now you don't have snail outside here. Okay. So that's nice. Let's see, why are we not sticking? Okay. Now, to make the little ornament, these are the scraps that come from the envelope punch board. And I thought, oh my goodness, they look, you know, they could just go together and be 3D. I just put 4 of them together for this, but of course you could attach more if you wanted to. So I start and I put a little snail. This is, you could use Tombow or snail, whatever you want. And you just start to put them together. And you know, you could even fold them the other way if you wanted the stripe side out, but I wanted it to contrast with what I have going on here. Now, when I get the 2 together, I look at this, and I know I want to put this in here. Okay, so I put my snail here on this side. I attach a third. All right, just like that. Isn't that cute? We're making a little 3D ornament. Love it. And I put my twine in here, flatten this out, make it flat. You kind of just got to hold it and flatten it all at the same time. Okay, you see how that's going to go? All right, so flatten this. Snail this entire thing. Snail the whole thing. Then place your twine in the middle. It will hold it. And then get another one and put it right there on top and let it just encase that twine. Mash it down. That's how I got 4. You could, of course, do more than that if you wanted to. Isn't that cute? We made an ornament. I love it. So that's just going to hang right there on our cracker. And here are our 2 crackers. I kind of think I'd like this shorter. I really do. Let me just fix this. I did like it shorter. Okay. I liked it hanging, the way it hung better, being shorter. And I'm going to attach a little snail more toward there. And I want my Santa turned this time. Okay. Now, there we go. So there's one that's straight with our little ornament. And there's one that's turned with our little ornament. I think those are so sweet. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Tune in for some more things. Remember, I will be doing a Facebook Live at 3 o'clock tomorrow on Sunday. I hope to see you guys there. I believe we might be making a little book. I think that's what I'm going to do on my Facebook Live. So tune in to that. It's 3 o'clock on Sunday. Thanks again for watching. Thank you to all my customers and my downlines, my Paper Pumpkin subscribers. You guys are so special to me. I wouldn't be doing just fantastic things with Stampin' Up! As with my business if it wasn't for you guys. And I so appreciate what a fantastic year I've had and how much fun I've had with you guys in this craft room. I look forward to this every single weekend. I have asked at work to go down to 3 days a week, and hopefully that might happen for me at the first of the year. And then that would add more time for crafting in this room with you guys. I love it. Thank you so much for watching, and happy crafting.